this is for all my single girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men now? Because the Hinge pool has a lot of pee in it. So I'm certainly not finding anyone there. I'm not on Bumble or Tinder, and I don't plan to be. I go to the bars sometimes, but the quality of men there, typically not the best from what I've experienced, but I'm not opposed to it. I go to the grocery store with my hair on top of my head. No makeup, baggy clothes. So I don't think anybody's dying to give me their number when they see me there, okay? So, if you've got any ideas, toss them my way, because I'm 30 and beginning to think that this whole dying alone thing isn't going to be like a running joke. It's going to be reality. So yeah, let me know.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and on today's episode we are going to be kicking it off with a clip from this woman right here, who really sets the scene. Okay, she sets the stage to show that women are going into their 30s these days. They're approaching 30, late 20s, and they're realizing that the fun and games are up, okay? That maybe she might actually die alone. Maybe she might end up with only cats. And so you have these women who are getting a little bit stressed out that they can't seem to find a man, okay? They spent the whole last decade of their life from, 18 to 30, okay? And now that they're approaching 30, they're like, wait a minute, where exactly are all of the good men? So we're going to be kicking it off with this woman right here. But we also have a series of other clips from women who are in their 30s or approaching 30, I believe. And we're going to be covering them as well. So guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. And let's just play and break down this clip to set the stage for the other clips that we'll be covering today.
Okay, this is for all my single girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men now? Because the Hinge pool has a lot of pee in it. So
Okay, so where are we finding the men now? You mean to tell me, guys, that this woman from the age of 18 to approaching 30, she might be in her early 30s now, I don't know, I can't tell with all the makeup. You are telling me that you still have not found a man. After all of this time, you have had so much time to find a guy. So many dudes hitting on you in bars and wherever else you go, right? And now, you still haven't found a single one.
where are we finding men now? Because the Hinge pool has a lot of pee in it. So I'm certainly not finding anyone there. I'm not on Bumble or Tinder, and I don't plan to be. I go to the bars sometimes, but the quality of men there, typically not the best from what I've experienced, but I'm not opposed to it.
From what she's experienced, I wonder how many men this woman has quote-unquote experienced in her life, okay? But there you have it. She's really got at the crux of the issue about 10 seconds into the clip here, which is that men are not up to her standard. Okay, what's happening is this woman is going out here, she's chasing attractive guys, she's getting rejected by all of them because none of them are ready to settle down with her because she's incredibly masculine. And then what's happening is she's going, well, where can I find a man to get commitment from? Okay, but we've got to understand that all of the other men completely invisible, guys, because they're not up to her standards. It's funny because these women have a really hard time differentiating between, okay, a guy will have fun with you versus a man will commit to you. It doesn't compute that a man could want to have fun with them but not want to have a relationship with them.
I go to the grocery store with my hair on top of my head. No makeup, baggy clothes. So I don't think anybody's dying to give me their number when they see me there, okay? So, if you've got any ideas, toss them my way, because I'm 30 and beginning to think that this whole dying alone thing isn't going to be like a running joke. It's going to be reality.
Yes, it absolutely will be. Okay, and this is the fate of so many women who go into their 30s, right? And they think that, oh, well, it was all fun and games. I don't need no man. I don't need anything from a dude. I can just go out there and I can have my fun, and it's all going to be totally fine, okay? Exhibit number 2 here, right? We have this woman who divorced her husband, I believe. So this is a woman who's in her 30s now. Even the filters and the makeup can't hide that. I love guys with these videos, by the way. it's not me adding these things into the videos, okay? If you guys see piano music, if you see filters, this sort of thing, it's not actually me or our editor adding things into this, okay? But this woman, despite those things, clearly in her 30s. And yeah, it's a little bit rough for her. So let's take a listen to this woman as well.
Hey, so when are we having the we should be official conversation in 2024? Because the last time I had that conversation was like 12 years ago with my now ex-husband, and basically we went on like 3 or 4 dates over 2 weeks, and I kind of just looked at him one day and was like, I like you, I'm claiming you, you're mine now. And he was like, haha, okay.
Yeah, so right off the bat, incredibly masculine. And whenever I hear these videos where the woman says like, yo, me and my husband got a divorce, I always think to myself, like, I hope the husband's okay. All right, because in a lot of these divorce proceedings, what happens is, shocker guys, the man gets absolutely screwed over. He loses a lot of money. He loses his assets if he's got them. He loses access to his children, and the woman is incentivized to do all of this, okay? But this is a woman who, you can tell by the way she's speaking, and the common theme of these women, guys, is as they get into their 30s, they're not pleasant. They're not people that put your mind at ease, right? You know, guys, like when you're hanging out with like your friends or something like that, there's no stress, right? Typically, you're not stressed about anything. But then there are some people who, if you spend time with, they just make your cortisol levels rise. You see what I'm saying? And these are the kinds of people that just make you stress out for no reason, right? Their whole lives are chaotic. And if you allow them into your life will also become chaotic. It's really sad, okay? I personally, guys, I'm not for the idea that men should be getting married, okay? I think it's a very big risk for men to be taking. But I do think it's very sad when marriages actually end, because typically the dude gets screwed over in the end. Hopefully he got out all right. But let's continue with the video.
He was like, haha, okay. And I was like, well, it's not official till it's Facebook official. And we changed our Facebook statuses to in a relationship with each other. But that was 12 years ago, and I'm not 21 anymore, and it may have been cute back then, but I feel like that's not very cute at 33.
Once again, bang on, okay? It's not very often that I get on these videos and I'm like, wow, madam, you're absolutely correct. But I agree with these women, okay? It's not cute. You're 33 years of age. You shouldn't be... I see these videos actually quite often, right? Where you'll have a woman who's like 50 years of age, and she's like, man, I divorced my husband, and she gives like some ridiculous reason why she divorced her husband. And then she's like, I'm back on the dating market, and I'm like 50 years of age. How do I do this? And my response is, what do you mean you're back on the dating market? You shouldn't be here. Okay, you should be having like, you should have grandchildren by now. You're in your 50s sitting here talking to me about like, you know, you're in your like approaching 60 and you're talking to me about dating. I'm like, what on earth are you speaking about right now? It's got the same kind of tone here, okay? Because when you're 33 and you return to the dating market, specifically as a woman, as a dude, I think it's quite different. But as a woman, if you return to the dating market at 33 years of age, you are going to realize that things are not the same. And it is hilarious. And it makes for great content on the channel.
And I'm not 21 anymore, and it may have been cute back then, but I feel like that's not very cute at 33. Also, with the current dating culture of 2024, I have no idea what I'm doing. So, how long do I wait before I try and bring that up? Because I might be slightly smitten, and I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, see, I actually, once again, I believe this woman right here when she says, I have no idea what I'm doing. I think that this woman has no clue. I can definitely see that. And a lot of these women who are trying to date and who are trying to get relationships from men, they have no idea what they're doing. I've always said this on this channel. I will maintain this viewpoint. I have a very difficult time seeing how somebody's going to change it. But men are simple creatures, okay? We don't need a lot to be happy. We don't need a lot of things in our life to make us fulfilled, okay? Now, if you're a woman and you can't get a relationship from a man, it's not actually as difficult as you might think to get these things, okay? Watch my channel for a bit. You'd understand what men are actually interested in. Read some of the comments. You'll find out very quickly. But rule number one, just don't be someone who's normal. Don't be clinically insane, and don't eat a lot of McDonald's. And you're like most of the way there. If you're someone who's not incredibly unhealthy and you're not going to annoy him, you have made it such a long way. But these women, they think they're not annoying people, but they are. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not annoying. I don't bring stress to the relationship. Meanwhile, she's screaming that at you, right? So let's run this back. So she's got a Chad crush here. Let's take a listen.
That up because I might be slightly smitten, and I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, see, so what happens is they go out here, they date dudes, or they quote unquote date dudes. They go out there, they have bedroom fun with attractive men. And then they go, oh, I really want to lock him down. I really want him to be mine. He has no reason to commit to me. And I want to keep seeing him. So I want to ask him to commit to me. But I know that if I do, it's going to screw things up and he's just going to go on to the next woman and he's not going to want to talk to me because I wanted to commit to him. Sounds fine to me. If you as a woman bring up the idea of commitment to a man and he ditches you, fantastic. You shouldn't have even been there in the first place. Okay, like the idea that women are running around and they're trying to get men to commit to them, hilarious, absolutely hilarious. If you're a woman and you're struggling at dating at 33 years of age because men won't commit to you, goodness me, we have some problems. Houston, we have a problem. So I've had this woman, we've also had this woman here, and now let's jump into the next one. And I think this woman also, again, over the age of 30, and she has a bit of a dating story for us. So let me switch the screen here. And we'll take a listen.
Rejection story, and no, I am not excited to share this one, and I might cry because I was so excited about this guy. Let's get into it. This was a fourth date with a great guy, and not just like dinner. This was literally like a 15-hour date, preceded by a third date that was about 10 to 15 hours. So we had been spending a lot of time together. Communication was on point. We had talked about making future plans of like, let's go on this trip, let's go to this concert, whatever. During the date, I started to feel a cold sore coming on. And I said several times on the date, I think I'm getting a cold sore. Not thinking I had to explain what a cold sore was. I thought the general public, because 90% of people get cold sores, I didn't need to explain what it was. Later.
Okay, let me just pause it here and preface what a lot of men are thinking. See, when they see this woman sit here and start rambling on about this, what goes through my head is, I don't care, you're annoying. That's all that goes through my head. I like these women, guys, they turn every little issue that they have with a man into like a TikTok dating expose, as if anybody gives a damn. Okay, and then they wonder why they're single. Imagine, guys, you're a man, you're going out here, you're dating, you come across this woman, you think that she's sane. You know, maybe your judgment's a little bit off, but you think that she's sane upon meeting. And then, you know, you come across her TikTok account and it's just nonsense like this, right? It's just men are bad, but I don't want to date this guy because of this, and this is my dating story here, and this is my dating story here. It's like, I have no idea why this woman might be single. Not a clue.
Later that night, we were talking about it more, and I clarified because he didn't understand what a cold sore was. So I explained where it comes from, how it's very common, what category of viral diseases, I should say, that it's in, which is the herpes virus. Definitely, I could tell was freaking him out, and there was a lot of tension. And so I suggested that maybe he leave. Mind you, I should mention, this man had a lot going on. I'm not going to get into all of that, but a lot of things that I was like, okay, this is not something I would normally go for, but he's so nice and like so kind.
Stop the cap.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
Just, let
Let me pause it here, okay? if you've been watching this channel for some time, you probably, that last part, what she just said there, you probably would have laughed to yourself a little bit, okay? So, what's happened here is that she doesn't normally go for this type of guy, but he's attractive enough. You see, that's always the metric, okay? There's like a line. Maybe I've got to start doing charts on this channel or something, but my drawing is horrendous, okay? I got to start doing maybe like live little doodles and whatever, right? But what this woman has said is, because he's attractive enough, I will put up with X. And this is how it works, okay? If you're a man who is very attractive to a woman, okay, what's going to happen is you get away with a lot more nonsense, right? You get away with a lot more. For example, if you're a very attractive man, you don't have to commit to a woman and she will still want to have bedroom fun with you. If you're a very attractive man and you don't want to take a woman out on dates, you don't have to. Okay, and this is what a lot of men are realizing. They're like, wait a minute, these women are giving themselves away to men who are attractive. But I'm expected, as an average guy, let's just say you're watching this, you're an average man, right? You're expected to do the most as the average guy, right? So I'm expected to come along and to pay your bills and to look after you and whatever. But in exchange, I get a woman who goes out there and has bedroom fun with other guys without any dates, without being looked after and all of this. It's not a fair deal to the average man, okay? And then these girls, they wonder why they're single and why men don't want to date them.
But a lot of things that I was like, okay, this is not something I would normally go for, but he's so nice and like so kind.
Who's buying this anymore, right? Oh, he's just, I'm really into nice guys. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. It is 2024 at the time of recording this video, okay? You're going to have I think women are going to have a harder and harder time convincing men that the reason they stick around is because a man is nice. Come on now.
Like, our connection feels so good. So there were so many things going on that I was like, I feel like we have a strong connection. I'm going to look past it. And no one is perfect. Everyone is flawed. He texted me this. He can't get past the cold sore situation. And that he wishes I had mentioned it earlier, which I explained to him. I didn't mention it earlier because it's a non-issue for most of my life. But I don't know if maybe he heard the word herpes and got scared because that's a big, scary word. But also, to be unforgiving about one flaw in somebody is a giant red flag to me.
Wow, you don't say. That is... Let's play this back. That's hilarious.
Forgiving about one word, but also to be unforgiving about one flaw in somebody is a giant red flag to me.
That is comedy. And the reason that's comedy, guys, is because men don't typically, it's typically women that do this, right? How many times, guys, have you seen a man get rejected or been rejected yourself because of one metric, right? Girls will absolutely not date you for any reason under the sun. Number one, obviously, is if you're not attractive enough, okay? But the problem is girls get a false sense of options, right? Oh, I can go on a dating application and I can get all of these guys to take me seriously. So, this guy, he's tall, but he's not tall enough. I think I'll just go with this other guy. Or this guy, he makes money, but he doesn't make enough money. He makes a lot of money, but he doesn't have a nice car, right? He doesn't waste money on a car. So I'm not going to date him. I want to go out with Brad because Brad has a cool car. Or I want to date this guy because he has better hair and the other guy's balding, but he's jacked. So you see what happens here, guys, is women have so many options in the dating market, right? That it's ironic because she says that it's a red flag if someone overlooks you for one characteristic or one thing, one issue. But this is what women do to men all the time. You've got one thing wrong with you as a man, no sympathy, don't care. She's not going to take you seriously if it matters enough to her. So, hilarious snippet that she just said.
And somebody is a giant red flag to me. I just really think like we need to destigmatize cold sores just because they're in the herpes category. It's no different than getting chicken pox, shingles, all of those things. It's just wild that people are uneducated about this and unforgiving about it when it's literally not the biggest deal in the entire world.
I mean, it could be any number of things, but it sounds to me like the guy was just looking for a reason not to see you anymore. That's probably the most reasonable thing, I would assume. But it's funny nonetheless.
One thing I will say is that this man treated me with more kindness, respect, and care than any other man I've dated has. So I will take from that this is the new standard and baseline going forward. So
Yeah, and see, here's the problem. Okay, is this man was X, right? He was this attractive, he was this tall, he made this much money. Guys, these words that she's saying, they don't mean anything, okay? When she's saying, listen, this guy, he treated me with this much respect, or he was this nice, or we had this great of a connection, you can substitute these things for how good did he look, how much money did he make, and did he spend any money on me? You can really start to substitute out the words. And then what she's saying here is, I'm not going to date a guy or take him seriously unless he provides me with at least whatever this man was providing me with. Now, get this, here's the kicker. That man didn't commit to you. So what does that say about your standard? You couldn't get this guy to commit to you, and now you're accepting no less than what he offered? Sounds to me a bit like it's not going to work out for you. But that would be a little bit too logical, wouldn't it? Very funny, guys. It's very funny to think about that, okay? She won't accept anything below this standard, but the guy who was providing her with these things, or was these things, she couldn't get commitment from him anyway. That's like me saying, listen, guys, I rented a Lambo for the weekend, and now, you know what? I work in, I don't know, like the post office or something, and now I'm not going to drive in anything less than a Lamborghini. I just refuse to do it. It's like, okay, you're going to have no car though. Like, Taylor, you're an idiot. You will have no car. And I'm like, no, but my standards are high, guys. You know, my standards, they're really, it's good for me that I will only drive a Lamborghini. I have to walk 2.5 hours to work in my post office because I don't have a car. But I deserve a Lamborghini. And I'm a king. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys don't comment that below, or you're just, you know, you don't like men, obviously. Let's keep going.
I do have gratitude for that.
Please inform these women that men...
Okay, so this is the next woman. And this is probably the last one of the video because I'm losing too many brain cells. Please inform these women that men do not need to be attracted to sleep with them. So many have no clue. That's pretty true. There are a lot of guys who will go out there and they'll sleep with absolutely anything. I could understand that.
Men do not need to be attracted to you to sleep with you. So many women have no clue. I think we all know this, but in case we don't, let me clarify. Guys want a hole, men want a heart.
Yeah, so men want to wife me up, basically. So shaming language, if you don't commit to her, she's going to shame you. Classic, absolute classic, guys. You're not a real man if you don't commit to a woman. Hilarious.
Guys want to use you and fill your 3 holes. Men want to be of service to you and protect your heart. Just because a guy wants to sleep with you does not mean that he is attracted to you or that he likes you.
Have you guys ever noticed how in all of these videos that the definition of what a real man is always self-serving to the woman making the video? Okay, I make this point very often, but it's not about you know, how good of a man actually is he from a moral standpoint, okay, or a hard-working standpoint. It always ends up to how much does a man provide me with, and if a man doesn't provide me with a lot of things, then he's not a real man if he doesn't provide to a woman. Okay, it's just shaming language. It's just shaming language. That's not like me coming out here and saying, well, a woman's not a real woman unless she cooks for me. You know, women would have, these girls making these TikToks would have an absolute fit if I got on TikTok and started saying those things. Also, I would be banned instantaneously for making videos like that. I would be banned so damn quickly for saying that a woman is only a woman if she does if she serves a man in X particular way. I would be booted off that platform so damn quick.
I once heard the phrase, unhealthy men give love to get sex, and unhealthy women give sex to get love. Like my dating coach says, guys are short-term thinkers. They're only in it.
What? This woman has a dating coach, and she just said that men are short-term thinkers. I wonder if this woman has ever just like thought about the infrastructure upholding the society that she lives in even once throughout her entire life, and then come back to me and tell me that men are short-term thinkers. Tell that to your plumber, okay? Tell that to the person who plastered your walls. Yeah, we as men, guys, we're really short-term thinkers, says the woman living in a house probably built by men, recording on a phone probably built by men and designed by men. Get out of here.
For what they can get. But a man is a long-term thinker. He will take the time to invest in something that he sees a future with. My personal philosophy is that all men are predators until proven otherwise.
And there you have it, boys. There you have it. I mean, I don't really need to comment on that, do I? Let me just bring this text up, and we'll wrap the video up on this thought here. So I'm not going to even say anything, guys, if you're not looking at the screen. Just look at where my mouse is, okay? And this is right here is why this woman will be alone until the end of time. No amount of dating coaches will help her. No amount of word salad will help her, because this is her belief here. Fantastic work these dating coaches are doing, by the way. You know, guys, I'm telling you, if you're looking for money, okay, if you're a man who's a little bit strapped for cash, what I want you to do is I want you to get on TikTok, start lying to women, become a dating coach, sell them the idea that a man is only a real man unless he provides to you, and then create like a $3,000 course, okay? And then sell women on that course who are going to be alone forever. And when you become a millionaire, don't forget me, guys, you know? And you're welcome for the business advice. We're going to be leaving today's episode there. I'm going to go have a lie down.